Hi everyone, welcome to the Robert Show. We're here at Microsoft Ignite. Super excited to be here with Francois, who's the field CTO at NeuBird. Francois, welcome to the Robert Show. It's your debut. Super excited to chat today.
Thank you so much, Ravit, for having me, and very excited to have this discussion. The show is great. How are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I've been, obviously covering a good ground here with all the announcements that Microsoft are making, and obviously partners like yourself on ground. And I'm kind of obviously excited to chat about various things, but I want to start with one thing, which is what Microsoft mentioned. Uh, that NeuBird is one of the three startups that you should be watching out for. What's the news about? How did that happen?
Well, I was very excited to hear that, and of course, we're excited to meet the customers here at the event, and we're honored to be recognized by Microsoft as the relationship with Microsoft has been very rich and fruitful, and it's great to be recognized. Of
Yeah.
course, I think the agents are the hot topic right now,
Mm-hmm.
and we have an agent that is very useful for a lot of Microsoft customers that struggle with IT incident response,
Right.
right? And so I think not only do we help their customers be more successful with their cloud, but we also integrate with some of the Microsoft agents.
Right.
So they have an AI SRE that basically we're integrating with,
Nice.
as well as a GitHub Copilot. And so, it's an exciting space to be in, and we're very thrilled to be mentioned by Microsoft.
Fantastic. Congratulations on that. Talking about, obviously agents, I know there were fantastic announcements made yesterday around Agent Factory, and I'm kind of curious to learn from you, how has things evolved in the SRE space in the last, say, I'm not even going to say a year because a lot of things have evolved, but maybe in the last 2 to 3 months, how have you been seeing the space evolve? What are the expectations that SREs now have, and at the same time, how has the work been easier for them as well? Because agents now can talk to agents and get a lot of work done.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, for us, the journey is centered around our customers, right? And so when we launched the product, it had this amazing capability to perform investigations, connecting to observability tools and configuration information from clouds and ITSM kind of incident management systems to basically help the SRE do the work. And what we've found working with customers is that instead of providing just a terminal kind of window where you can prompt the tool to help you, the real magic is when the agent is working for you in the background. Before you even show up to an incident, the agent can actually perform all the research into the root cause
Yep.
and present the information that's very easy to consume. And so this idea of like automating the whole process end to end, and working with customers, we're really finding out what works and what doesn't. And it's great. Every customer seems to have a different workflow, a
Yep.
different kind of idea, and working with customers is how we're really advancing the product. So
For sure.
automated incident response is the main thing that we've launched. A lot of support for new types of data sources, supporting MCP, bring your own MCP server.
Right.
So the product's really coming into its own, and it's really fun to start the next phase, which is all about agent to agent.
Yeah, definitely exciting times. And when we kind of thinking about agent to agent, it is just a game changer
Yeah.
because at a lot of levels, when we are kind of talking to enterprises, what I feel is like they are okay to have agent working for them and multiple agents.
Yeah.
The other thing that they always, obviously, like these enterprise leaders feel concerned about is the governance bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
The compliance, the guardrails.
Yeah.
Those conversations happens a lot. How are you kind of looking at that sort of
This is a great
conversation?
question, and I'll credit my friend Diraj at Microsoft, who's a product manager I work with there, and he got me onto this very simple idea of we collaborate normally through GitHub, a
Right?
lot of us, right, developers. And so one mechanism for agents to collaborate in a compliant way that's traceable is
Mm-hmm.
to communicate through some of these platforms. So, for example, we have an issue coming up from an alert in Azure Monitor. There's maybe a ServiceNow ticket. We investigate, we find the root cause,
Yep.
and identify the fix. Well,
Mm-hmm.
so what if we could just then write that fix recommendation as a GitHub issue,
Right?
and then let the GitHub Copilot read that GitHub issue and automatically work on the fix? And now you have agent to agent communication that's very much aligned with how humans, communicate, collaborate around issues and fixes with GitHub. You have a pull request eventually. All this is traceable, measurable, and you can enforce compliant, right? So, because I think part of what people get worried about is when you have agent to agent and agents are autonomous and they're just like running off and doing more and more. How do you know how they arrived at their decision and all that? So with mechanisms like that are quite simple,
Yes, for sure.
you can get a lot of great results. And then there's also other ways as well we can get into.
Yeah, no, I feel this is a very important point in terms of, obviously setting the ground up with obviously Azure, and then also making sure that the enterprise leaders, the customers feel more confident that, okay, if the agents are talking to agents autonomously, it is all safe in there. The data is clean, the data is safe. And if there's some incident that comes up, okay, we have NeuBird to help us, right?
Yeah.
I'm also wanting to learn a little bit about, also the future. So how does this partnership look like, say maybe in the next 3 to 4 months, with all the announcements that Microsoft has made? How does it not only help? Because I know you all were recently also seen in the blog that Microsoft had put out, and NewBoard was in there. So I'm kind of curious to know a little bit about this partnership in the next 3 to 4 months as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been alluding to, working with Microsoft on these agent collaborations
Yep.
is, when we started the journey, we were very cautious not to automate, the remediation
Right.
right away, right? Because people were a little more cautious. And so we're providing information that's used to then perform the fix. But I think the real opportunity over the next 2, 3, 6 months is this kind of end-to-end auto remediation kind of feedback loop where we can actually hand off to an agent that specializes in change, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we are specialized in the investigation process,
Right.
identifying what needs to change, but customers are adopting AI SRE from Microsoft, GitHub Copilot,
Yes.
and they're implementing that in their change control management, right? And so the the collaboration for the customer, they get to build their own end-to-end kind of incident response and auto healing system in a way that's their developers love, because their developers love GitHub Copilot.
Right.
Their SRE teams love it because it saves them time. The management loves it because, by the way, we can run in their VPC or Azure tenant,
Right.
and everything is secure.
Yes.
And so it's really all about kind of fitting the workflow and the vision of the customer for how things get, moved in the enterprise. Like, how do you move things to
Yes.
production,
Exactly.
right? Nobody wants to just have one agent that does it all.
True.
And there's specialization that we're seeing, and so this is, I'm excited about it because
Yes.
we get to work with partners and customers on solving a very big problem,
Right.
which is keeping up with the rate of alerts and keeping the systems healthy. I always said in the beginning, developers have their superpowers now with coding agents, and so IT operations need the same superpowers. But now we're combining the superpowers into like we'll call it a fantastic three,
Yeah.
trio. That's what I'm super excited about is the Microsoft SRE agent, the GitHub Copilot,
Yeah.
and Hawkeye, our NeuBird's Hawkeye
Yeah.
agent.
No, I love it. I love how you all have kind of, obviously collaborated on this, and it kind of, becomes like a one-stop shop even for the enterprise leaders, the developers. They feel confident that, okay, if there are any incidents that kind of come into the game, we are all safe.
Yeah.
Not only just that we have like the compliance, the governance, the guardrails in place, but also there'll be, the monitoring will happen, the observation, the incidents will be reported in real time, and it will be taken care of.
Yeah.
So that makes it very easy. One last question for you and obviously the team. If people want to reach out to you, obviously learn more about the partnership that you all have with Microsoft, but also what NeuBird is up to, which is the best place for them. And if they want to follow you, obviously connect with you, where can
Yeah,
they do that?
so my LinkedIn handle is Martel Cloud, but you can find us NeuBird.ai. You can fill the form there, and you'll get somebody to reach out, and you can schedule a meeting with me. It's very easy to do from our website. Follow us on LinkedIn, of course,
Yep.
and we're really super excited to engage with customers. As I mentioned, it's all about getting to understand the vision that the customers have. And, our product will only be great if we have great customers. So,
True, true.
if you
Yeah.
have ideas of what an SRE agent should do for you, I want to talk to you. I want to listen to your ideas, and I want
Yeah.
to kind of work at making it happen, with our partners. That's, what we're
Totally.
all about.
I love it. I love how obviously the feedback kind of keeps the product
Yeah.
evolving, and that is like the most important piece for you all as well. We'll keep the conversation going,
Yes. Thank you,
but it
Rabbit.
is such a pleasure to have you on the show,
Yeah. Good to
and
see you again.
congratulations on the great partnership that you all have with Microsoft. Enjoy the rest of Ignite, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, you too. And I hope you're coming to our event tonight.
I will
All right.
definitely. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today.